better stay sharp. We go to work halfway around the world as Finnish workers create a new American tradition. Think a cut above the rest. And creating outdoor art, one brushstroke at a time. People are passionate about outdoor equipment. Get this, Americans spend more than $20 billion a year on gear. But no one ever really sees how their stuff gets made.
Well, that's where we come in. Each week, we throw open the factory doors and give you a behind-the-scenes look at how your favorite gear is made.
Made for the outdoors.
My boat, it's always packed to the gills with gear. One piece I always keep in it is this old guy, my Rapala fillet knife. It's seen better days, but it's still kicking. If you fish, you know exactly what these are. What you might not know is it now has a little brother, this guy. Rapala has just introduced hunting knives in the United States. These knives are quite a story, born halfway around the world. And a darn interesting story when you shed a little light on how they get made for the outdoors.
Flames burn eternal come cold Finnish winters. The December solstice keeps days mostly dark up on the edge of the Arctic Circle. Even so, tourists still bundle up to celebrate Finnish winters. Maybe it's all the snow, or the fact that the town of Rovaniemi sits home to a pretty famous guy. Yeah, that guy.
Out on the edge of town, this place, a building with the name Martini. It's the entire reason we've come all the way to Finland. Let's get inside and warm up.
In here, 50 workers build on a 90-year history.
Tradition is our, I would say, it's our heritage, and it's the best we have.
Martini makes knives, classic lynx and lap knives, once only available in Europe. Now, a new U.S. tradition, thanks to the Rapala company.
First is that they are so sharp. And this sharpness comes from the knowledge from generations to generations. Then it's the design. We want to make the knives which are used for outdoor fishing, hunting.
The entire process starts with a bunch of boxes, pallets that come from either Germany or France for very good reason. Those two countries are known for this stuff, hardened steel. These are very special blades which will essentially be the DNA of the knives.
Workers unload and stack up the raw stock blades. Each stack goes into clamps. They slide into this machine, a giant grinder that trims the back of the blade.
All it's doing is grinding the back of the knife. Might not seem like much, but in knife building, it's a big deal.
Next, a second grinder.
Here's why you grind. If you look at this closely, can you see that? It's just a rectangle in shape, right? So many companies just grind the bottom edge, sharpen it, and they've got a knife. Martini's tradition is a little bit different. They grind both sides. 22 degrees is the magic number. And they say that's what makes their knives different.
Blades that don't quite make the cut, get it, end up here.
That reads only blanks. I don't know why I'm so intrigued by this barrel, but it kind of tells the story. Full of rejects. Unless these things are exactly right, they go in there to be recycled and reused.
Up next,
You never do get quite used to the smell, do you?
we stink up the joint. As Martini's Rapala hunting knives finally come to life.
Made for the Outdoors is brought to you by Nutrisource, Nordic Components, Banks Outdoors, River Valley Power Sports, Ice Castle Fish Houses, and Suzuki Marine.
The Arctic Circle gets downright cold come frigid December days, such is life in Nordic countries. But inside this Finnish factory, work really heats up as martini knife blades slowly take shape. While blades take shape, handles do the same.
Wow. This is our wood stock. We use regular birch each year, over 120 cubic meters.
A lot.
Yes. And other wood is curly birch.
Curly birch might be the signature of fancy martini knives, a rare wood that only grows in a tiny area of Finland and Russia.
That's why, right there. It's that coloring or that marbling.
Workers cut the raw stock wood to length. A planer then levels and cuts strips. A worker then cuts handles down to size.
Oh, finally some heat in this country. I know you can't feel it, but it's about 100, maybe 110 degrees in here. After the wood gets cut, all of it comes in here and it'll sit for about 1 week. Think of it as a final drying stage.
And then, the really big machine. It looks like a monster. This thing completes like 10 tasks in seconds. It turns raw chunks into perfectly shaped handles. Other handles get hand treatment.
You never do get quite used to the smell, do you?
Heikka Alakope cuts reindeer antlers.
It's just that smell of drilling teeth. Oh. All joking aside, there's kind of a thing up here that inhaling reindeer dust or tasting it is like Viagra. They literally sell the stuff in jars in stores.
Heikka then stacks birch and antler and glues them together. Inside, more tradition.
You know, there's actually Finnish lore in those handles he's making. Inside these things, they hide a witch's tooth. Around here, if you have a witch's tooth, it gives you good luck and it kind of keeps you safe. Where that witch's tooth comes from, though, that's one secret they won't tell us.
No matter, here's one secret we do know.
So that's the laser machine. That's where a Rapala knife kind of earns its stripes.
It's tough to see inside, but we know each handle goes in looking like this and comes out looking like that. A quick spot check to make sure the logo looks right.
And like that, voila. Or as they say around here, Rapala.
Up next, hammer down and sharpen up as Rapala hunting knives come to life. Martini knives have been a cut above the rest nearly 90 years.
If you go to the forest, it's the life. You need it.
Right in Rovaniemi, Finland, 50 workers craft handmade knives. With the blades now honed and the handles shaped, it's time to shine.
Unbelievable to watch this thing polish, polish, polish.
This machine finishes each blade.
Inside wheels, just like that one, spinning, polishing. You hear that pop? That's a little shot of wax to help polish. Unbelievable.
After about a 2-minute rotation,
That's so cool to see though.
dull blades come out martini perfect. The knife is now ready for quick hands. Tero Tulianen assembles the knives. First, he caps each handle. Literally boxes full of them. Over at the next station, Tero has little time for talk. All day long, he taps handles onto the blades. Then he adds a rivet. He grinds the excess metal off the handle butt, then locks the rivet in place.
Everything he does is by feel. If he taps too hard, he breaks the handle. If he grinds too much, he'll cut the thing apart. He makes that look so easy.
With the knife now assembled, Maria Kodina carefully arranges 100 of them and then stirs the pot, so to speak. She dips the rack into a secret Finnish mix, which seals and protects each handle. The birch handles get a couple of coats. While they dry, Maria finishes reindeer handles.
Yes, we are shaping the handle and make it nicer, so it's no hard if you have been doing some handwork also.
She polishes each knife, then hands them across the aisle. The honing team suits up with a pile of safety gear. They then touch wax to the wheel and very carefully put a final edge on each knife. This is a special hands-on martini skill. What I'm saying, they won't let me try. Here's why. The blades cut like a razor.
And what is that telling you?
It's very soft knife.
The knife is now complete, right? Well, no, wrong. A computer engraves martini on every blade. It's more than a name. It's Finnish tradition and a tool born out of tough life in the woods. Thing is, the story does not end here.
And here's our new cell, what we're doing.
Designer Petri Valakengas dreams up new designs.
So is this a knife that's actually going to come to market eventually?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Each knife, another chapter in a tale long ago born by a young Jani Martini, a Finnish blacksmith who dreamed his knives might last. Heck, he peddled his first products on bike. Little did Jani know, 90 years later, his work and his name might be known worldwide.
And I hope you get the image that we are improving all the time. We try to improve what we do and how we do.
There you go, a story that you might say is a cut above the rest, especially when you see how Martini and Rapala make your favorite gear, the gear that gets made for the outdoors.
Up next, the Lake Superior artist makes memories come to life on canvas. It's art made for the outdoors.
Made for the Outdoors is brought to you by Central Boiler, Mountain Dew, Running Aces Casino and Racetrack, B&W Trailer Hitches, Bonfie, and by Game Fair.
Way up on Minnesota's North Shore, away from the crowds,
You're gonna have to stay up here, dog.
moving water speaks. Long ago, local fisherman Tim Pearson vowed to always listen.
I don't know. Some of the coolest fish are drawn to moving water, like trout and steelhead and salmon.
Each spring, as our snow and ice melt, Minnesota's rivers come alive.
You never know if the fish are gonna be there, and you're just in constant search of them.
Steelhead trout migrate into the rivers, and so does Tim. Same time, same places.
Love the feel of cold water in my waders, and I don't know, it's just something unexplainable, I think.
Tucker, Tim's fishing buddy, always comes along too.
Yeah, he does.
Tim sort of considers himself a bit sentimental, caught up in the classic process of fly fishing.
It's pretty, you know.
He believes in the art of a simple cast.
I don't know, I can't explain the feeling I get when I cast a fly rod, especially a two-handed rod. I mean, it's just very relaxing.
And waist deep, Tim finds his connection to our natural world.
I feel like I am doing everything to make that fly come to life.
It's all kind of hard to explain
The wind is everywhere.
until this happens.
It's a moment of excitement and surprise. He's a nice fish. That initial grab is what you're looking for. Nice fish. Beautiful buck. For me, that's a true North Shore steelhead right there. Oh, it's gone. It's the only fly I have of that one too. Dang.
The profound experience of chasing chrome-colored fish moved him to turn his art into something more than the perfect cast.
I feel when I catch a fish my way, it just inspires me to paint that situation.
And paint he does.
It just makes sense with fish in water. I mean, to use watercolor, so. You don't think about it much, you just paint and let the water just do what it's supposed to do. It's my favorite way to paint.
In front of the living room window, Tim's fishing memories come alive.
I've been just itching to get this one done. It's been a long time, I think 2 years going.
Tim paints the fish he pursues. Spring steelhead along Lake Superior. The trout he tricks during summers as an Alaskan guide. Even smallmouth bass from Tim's fall season back home in Minnesota.
I really like to do a lot of close-up work. I like faces, I like fish faces, I like bird faces. I just like a lot of detail and close-up.
Not bad for a guy who never really played by the rules of the art game.
I know there's kind of some set rules to the way people paint, and I don't know, I just never went to school for it.
What makes me tick? I love the pure wildness of the North Shore.
It is a love expressed
Big fish.
each time a big fish hits our flies.
Oh,
It's a nice fish.
oh man. That is a nice fish. That is one ticked off fish. He is angry. Oh, boy, he just cracked it too.
Wham, man.
Oh man.
That is a beaut.
There we
look
go.
Look at that beauty.
Woo!
Oh my God, look at that fish.
Oh man.
Nice, wild, North Shore, Minnesota steelhead. This is the kind of fish that inspires me to paint the way I do. I mean, look at the head. I mean, there's just no marks on it. We're able to kind of trick them into taking our flies, and just to hold them is amazing.
Even more so to see that chrome slide back into water unharmed.
That was beautiful,
Awesome, man.
Yes, this is why Tim paints. He fishes and he guides.
I don't know, someday maybe I'll just be an artist, but right now I am a fishing artist and both kind of go together.
And for Tim, that's good enough.
Yeah, it's great.
What do you say?